All right, today we're going to talk about putting our background together. I have my tree cut out. I've cut on close to or near my lines. And I have my background color and my ground color. I'm using cool colors in this instance. If you are using warm colors, you would get those colors for your background. Now, one of the things I forgot to do, and maybe I wanted to add right now, is I did not put any roots on my trunk. So to make this look a little bit more interesting, we can bring a couple of lines in, sort of like that, to make it look like the roots of the tree at the bottom. So I'm going to cut that quickly. When you are cutting, remember your helper hand, the hand that is holding your paper, especially on curves, is busy. It's turning the paper. My scissors are staying in the same place. And then I go to the other space again. I'm cutting out the negative space, the part that is not the tree, when I cut. Now, before I can put my tree on my paper, I need to put my ground down first. So this is going to be my grass. And instead of having a nice straight line here, we're going to just do some sort of random cutting where it's either a curve or a hill or some sort of line so you can see the horizon line in the back. Now I'm going to start to glue these things together, and then I'll be able to add my leaves. When you glue, you want to make sure that your glue bottle is open. There are two parts to this. The colored part, this one's yellow, there's also orange ones. Those are that is the part that twists. I just grabbed a little bit of glue, dry glue that was on there. I want to make sure that's clear too, and then I'm going to twist till it's open. I should see an opening, and I should hear some, like it's breathing, air is coming through. Now, if this is how I want to have my land or my ground, I need to make sure I flip it over to glue. If it doesn't matter if I go opposite, then I can just glue on that side. When we glue, you want to make sure that the bottle of the glue is touching the paper, and you are just squeezing out slightly and putting dots along the edge. This does not have to be a gooey, ooey gooey big line. Less is more in this case with gluing. It will stick. And you don't want to put it right on the edge, because then when you press it down, it can ooze on you. So I flip it over and carefully place it on the edge. Excuse me. Pressing down to make sure it's stuck. If I have too much glue, you're going to get some oozy goozies. You're going to have glue coming out the edge. Now, the tree is a little bit trickier. When we glue our tree, you want to make sure that you see your pencil lines. That will make the tree look neater once it's glued down. So we're going to put glue, and I want you to take the paper out from behind it in case you miss and you don't want extra glue where it doesn't need to be. So I'm going to start by, again, very carefully putting little dots of glue down on the tree. It's important that I get to all the tips of the branches, so those are down. I don't have to put a whole lot of glue on there, just a couple dots. But it's important that you get to each one so they stay put. And then I work my way towards it. I'm hardly squeezing my bottle of glue. I don't want to have a whole lot of glue on it, because these are pretty thin branches. And if I have a lot of glue, then it's probably going to ooze out on me. Okay? All of the roots I want to get on the edge as well. Okay, so there's a good amount of glue for my tree. Now what I want to do, instead of picking it up and trying to flip it over, it's a little bit easier if you take the paper, the ground side down, and you just make sure that the edge of the paper is close to the roots of the tree and sort of in the center. And then I'm just going to set it on it, press, rub over it, and then when I pick it up, I have my tree attached. Okay? You might have to press down and hold a little bit on the edges. This one's kind of curled up a little bit. This one is too. I'm just going to hold it, count to 5, and we're good. At this point, I would like you to make sure that you have your name and class code. Let's put it down on the bottom on the grass someplace, and I'd like you to write that with Sharpie, a nice fine point Sharpie so it stands out well.